What's going on, guys? Jovan here with the Real Bass Pursuit, and today is Tackle Tip Tuesday. On today's Tackle Tip Tuesday, I'm going to be teaching you how to read a topographical map so you can find bass before you ever make that first cast. If you fish ponds, lakes, or even new waters, this skill alone is going to save you hours of blind casting and help you target those high percentage areas instead of guessing. Now, before we even get into a topographical map, you have to understand those lines. Those lines are called contour lines. When the lines are spread out, that means a gradual slope, a flatter bottom. When the lines are tight together, that means a steep drop, ledges, or even a quick depth change. Bass tend to use these depth changes like underwater highways. They move up and down to feed, rest, and adjust to the weather. So when you're looking at a topographical map, those tighter lines are going to mean faster depth changes. And those wider lines are going to be those slower depth changes. Next, let's talk about flats. Now, a flat is an area where those contour lines are very spread out and almost evenly spaced. This usually means shallow water with very little depth change. Flats are going to be your feeding zones. You're going to find bass cruising through these areas looking for bait, especially in the morning, late evening, or during those warming trends. If there's a flat near some deeper water, that's a prime spot. Then you have your points. Now, your points are gonna look like your contour lines are sticking out into deeper water, almost like a finger. Points are gonna act like that underwater intersection. Bass use them to move from deep water to shallow feeding areas. These are gonna be some great places for your crankbaits, your jigs, your shaky heads, and even those blade baits. Now we move on to the humps. When you look at that topographical map, a hump is going to be very easy to spot. It's usually a high spot surrounded by deeper water on all sides. On the map is either going to look like a small circle or an oval of a contour line. Bass will sit on these things like underwater islands waiting for bait fish to pass over. The good thing about these spots is that these spots are money all year round if you can find them. Next, we move on to those drop-offs and ledges. When you see those contour lines stacked real tight together, that's going to be a drop-off or a ledge. Bass absolutely love these areas because they can slide up to feed and slide right back down for safety, or even if the temperature changes. Now, in the winter especially, bass will hold on tight to these areas. This is going to be an area that's going to be perfect for those slower presentations. And lastly, your channels and ditches. When you're looking for a channel, you're looking for a long curved contour line that's cutting right through flatter areas. These are underwater roads that bass will use to travel between deep and shallow water. Anywhere a channel swings close to a flat or a point is a very high percentage area. Once you learn how to read a topographical map, every lake and pond is going to start telling you where the bass are instead of you guessing. If this helped you out, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Jovan with the Real Bass Pursuit, and this here was your Tackle Tip Tuesday.